wearing trousers and motorcycle boots and a black leather jacket with an eagle on the back. He had a hot sickle that took off like a gun. That fool was the terror of Highway 101.
Hey, here we are again. Still Steeds Motorcycle Magazine. That address is our home office address. That's where you can send the videos in of you singing our wonderful, fantastic theme song. It must be done a cappella. No musical accompaniment. And it gotta be good. We've already got a few entrants in. They're all girls. What, none of you guys can sing? But anyway, I mean, it's cool that so many girls have sent their audios in. And some are pretty damn good. Some not so good. I got about 6 that are really real contenders. And this is for a $100 bill that you get to take from my wallet. Who's judging this contest? Me, because it's my $100 bill. All right, enough of that. I wanted to mention our last video, just a couple things real quick before we move on. It was on the Little Tail of the Dragon. I hope you enjoyed it. One thing I think I might have gave the false impression whenever I talked about the Route 32 Ridge Riders. I gave the impression that the kitty was just $100, that you were running that piece of crazy road at speed for it, and I didn't mean to give that false impression. It's actually $100 a piece. They say the kitty is usually there's about at least 10 riders involved, so the kitty's $1,000. You can win $1,000. Thing is, you got to be a member of the 32 Ridge Riders. But hey, go and ride it. Start your own damn club and start doing the same thing if you can't find the Ridge Riders to join. But anyway, that's about it. Oh, and one thing, I didn't want it to seem, whenever I told you that I was confronted at Ralph's, and the guy told me he was giving me a friendly warning not to be asking about the Ridge Riders. Don't think I just let it lay, and, I stuck my chest out and got in his face and said, hey, you better not be threatening me, that sort of thing. And the way he said, I was just giving you a friendly warning, and I let it go at that. But and I can understand why some people might not like me looking into it. It's not exactly legal to have road races and gamble for money on a race on a public road. But anyway, I still wanted to bring you a bit about it because I think it's a interesting deal. I have no desire to cause the Ridge Riders any problems or hassles, but when I find something interesting like that, I want to share it with you. Oh, anyway, moving on. Oh, shoot. I do not get paid for advertising or product placement. Hopefully down the road I will. But there's a couple products that I use and I stand by, and I want to pass them on to you because you might not be familiar with them. Some you will be, but some you might not. I think y'all know what Slick 50 is, the oil additive. Great shit. I'm sure you've seen the commercials where they run the engine dry after having Slick 50 in it, and it keeps running and running with no oil just because it has the Slick 50 residue on it. Well, this is Slick 50 supercharged spray lube. Now, I bought this originally for a wind-up clock. The kind of clock that chimes on the hour and has 2 winders on it. It was sticking, stopping, getting bad time, running slow, losing like 5 minutes every single day. Sprayed the Slick 50 on this clock and like a miracle. Matter of fact, not only did it quit running slow and quit stopping, it actually was running and is to this day running a little fast. It gains about 5 minutes a week, and I have to reset it. But it's great stuff. So I thought, well, hell, I wonder how that would work on my motorcycle chain. I've used several things through the years. Some people say the best thing to use on your motorcycle chain is just use 30 weight. And I've done that. Cleaned it, down real good and just keep the 30 weight to her. But I started using this on my Sportster. My Sportster originally came with belt drive. I don't like belt drive. Those of you who do, hey, that's fine. But there's several things I don't like about it. It's spongy. Plus, when I put on my chain drive, when I converted to chain drive, I got better takeoff. I found that my belt drive on my 1200S, a 96 1200S Sportster, was geared a little bit high on that first gear, and I like to really be able to take off from the line. And it was a little slow on the line, slower than I like, and it was a real spongy feel. And I got this chain conversion from, I think they're called Detroit Brothers. And nice setup, real nice setup. I changed it over to chain, and I'm just happy as horse shit. Now, some of the non-bikers, the guys that like to pretend, oh, I don't want a chain that will get oil on my designer jeans. And I'll have to get my hands greasy adjusting it sometimes. And this channel isn't for those types. We used to always take great pride in having that line of oil up your pant leg, because it meant you heavily oiled your chain. You maintained your bike the way it's supposed to be. I know some of the old Triumphs had the EPA would love this one these days, but they have a self-oiler. It just comes out right from the oil box, and you adjust the flow onto the chain. But as you're driving down the road, as your engine's running, it squirts oil on there. Like I said, I like a chain. Besides that, if you have to have it double as a weapon, which would you rather be hit with? A chain or that little flimsy belt? I rest my case. But great stuff, use it. It does work, and this is how I know it works. Since I've been using it, I've hardly ever had to adjust my chain on the Sportster. I ride it a lot, and I've hardly had to adjust the chain at all. That means the chain is not stretching. But anyway, product number 1 is stuff here. If you like your aluminum shining like chrome, if you don't care if your bike shines, save your money on it. But I take great pride in making my bike shine, and my Sportster has a lot of aluminum parts. And this here makes them shine like chrome. White diamond, it's called, metal polish. When you're gone to town on your aluminum parts with this, make sure you wear clothes you don't care about, because it takes all that dark film off of your aluminum. And it gets a lot of it on you. But wear dirty clothes. Rub it good. You can even use a buffer if you want. I use a buffing pad on a drill sometimes, and you give it a little bit of extra polish. People will be thinking your aluminum is chrome. And aluminum's awesome. It doesn't rust. You gotta clean it, but it doesn't rust. Okay. Product number 3. This is a old standby that everybody knows about, but Marvel Mystery Oil. Well, everybody that turns a wrench much knows about Marvel Mystery Oil. The stuff is awesome if, like, say you pick up a bike that hasn't been run for a while. Pick up that barn find. You got say you got a valve sticking on it. Dump some of this in. Till you get a chance to do a full rebuild. You might not even need a full rebuild. But if you have a valve sticking, something like that, put Marvel Mystery Oil in it. I had a truck one time I picked up, and it was popping like hell, and I knew the valve was sticking, and I mean, it was bad, popping out the damn exhaust and shit. Dumped this in. I rode probably 6 or 7 miles down the road, and boom, it quit sticking, quit popping. I didn't have any more problems with that valve after that. Worked great. Okay. For those of us who run carburetors, and I like carburetors, fuel injection sucks. It sucks. There's no argument about it. There's no debate about it. Fuel injection sucks. But if you're running a carburetor, you can't be running this crap ethanol fuel through it. Unless you use something like this, Startron enzyme fuel treatment. The stuff is good. It works. I use it whenever I can't get ethanol-free gas. Most areas have several, or at least one in the area, ethanol-free pump, okay? And you should, as much as you can, if you're running a carburetor, run ethanol-free. But if you get into an area where you can't find an ethanol-free pump, dump some of this crap in it. It takes away the bad effects of the ethanol. I don't know how it does it. I kind of do. It keeps the fuel from separating. That's the big problem with ethanol, is it separates. But if you want to dump ethanol in your carbureted vehicle, you're going to be rebuilding the carbs constantly. Besides that, ethanol isn't really wonderful for engines. It really isn't. It's made with like corn liquor. So you have a lot of natural sugars in it. And most people know what happens if you dump sugar into a fuel tank. It screws up the engine big time real quick. But this stuff here, enzyme fuel treatment, this is Startron. I thought it was called Star Bright. Let me put on my glasses just for the effect. I don't need them. But just for the effect. Yeah, it is Star Bright. The little word here. Star Bright, Startron. And I've been using it for probably about 10 years, a little more. And it's worked well for me. Really well for me. Says stabilizes up to 2 years. Prevents moisture buildup and phase separation. The phase separation is what you get when you run ethanol gas. But anyway, coming up, we're going to have the Loretta Lynn Music and Motorcycles Revival. Me and Dimples are gone down to it. Hopefully, it'll be entertaining and really pleasant and maybe a little bit of excitement. I always love excitement. So hopefully we'll have a really good and exciting time. Then I'm trying to get media passes for this thing called Party at the Pen. It's in Ohio at this Ohio penitentiary. It's been closed for a good many years, but they have a bike show there, and I'm trying to get press passes for it. I won't do it if I can't get press passes. They want $40 a piece for tickets. I don't see why me and Dimples should pay $80 to get in and give them all kind of free advertisement. And it sets a bad precedence when you do that. The media shouldn't have to pay to go into an event. We don't just get to lounge around and play like the rest of you do. We actually have to work while we're there. And we are doing the event a big favor. Well, in my case, I'm honest with you folks. If the event sucks, I won't be doing the event a big favor because I'll be telling you folks, the event sucked. But if the event is what it should be, I will be praising its virtues. And they will get all kind of free advertising out of it. Hey, I did leave off one thing about the Slick 50. If you run out of KY jelly, it also makes fantastic personal lube. Especially if, you want to get the old lady in the fanny. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Don't do that because I don't want no lawsuits. I don't know how well I'd really work for personal lube. I just thought it'd be kind of funny. I may have failed. Who knows? But you got the number for the contest. Send it in. The winner, we will invite them to our luxurious studio somewhere in Morgan County, Kentucky. We don't give our exact location, so we don't have any drive-by shootings or anything like that coming our way. You know what I mean? Because there will be times when I will offend people. But we will invite the winner of the contest here to get the $100. But if they don't want to do that, if they don't want on our video, if they are that big a stick in the muds, then I'll just send them the $100 bill. But hey, they should come down and see our luxurious studios. I was just talking to my buddy Tucker Carlson. We were sitting on the porch drinking some moonshine, and he was talking about how jealous he is of our just wonderful studio here in Morgan County, Kentucky. Oh, wait. Okay, my production crew says I can't be talking shit and saying me and Tucker are buddies, and we were sitting on my porch drinking moonshine. I talk shit for a white boy sometimes, but it's, all in good fun. But that's about all we got for this episode of Steeds Motorcycle Magazine. How about, liking and subscribing it? But you take care. We'll see you on the next episode of Steeds Motorcycle Magazine, the motorcycle magazine for real bikers who ride real motorcycles.